You struggle with public speaking or presentations at work, here is a series of steps that I suggest to my clients that I find very helpful in overcoming this challenge. Interestingly, a few years ago there was a study done, and in that study they found more people fear public speaking than fear death. So it gives you a sense of how challenging it is for people. Now, I'll go through this fairly quickly, but the basic understanding that's important to this is when you think about what's happening. Say I have a presentation next week and I don't want to do it, and I wish someone else would do it, and I wish my boss hadn't picked me, etc. And I keep having those circulating thoughts. What I'm doing is each time that happens, I'm kind of convincing myself even further that I can't do it. So what we have to do in this situation is reverse that. So because anxiety and excitement in terms of the way it is in your body is very similar, one's just sort of on the negative, one's on the positive. The goal for me with clients is to take that anxious situation and turn it into one that's exciting, they're actually looking forward to. And this is how I do it. So we get people to start visualizing every day, and a week or two out from the presentation, a positive outcome. Visualize your boss congratulating you, positive, feedback from people, just a very emotional sort of response to people appreciating the talk being sort of knocked out of the park, that sort of thing. We start visualizing that every day. We also start focusing on looking forward to this talk, because then we don't want to sort of confuse our belief system that somehow we're like dreading this talk, yet we're going to do a successful talk. That doesn't make sense. We have to start looking forward to the talk, and the way I do that is I tell people to visualize maybe there's a boss there, or some colleague or some client that you have an opportunity to showcase some skills to. Now, if you're a person who struggles with the skill part of it, and some people it's just in their mind, in a sense, they have the skills, they've been successful in the past, they just sort of they're full of doubt right now, they can't do it. So if the skill part is lacking for you, then you need to start sort of reading through the presentation in front of a mirror, in front of a loved one or something like that, getting practice with it, getting comfortable with it. And to manage the nervous system, I always suggest the clients start meditating each day to get better at being calmer, being more relaxed. Certainly before the talk, I would want you to meditate and try to be as relaxed as possible. Now, I've had a lot of success with this, and I may have gone through it a little too quickly. If so, I apologize. But this is a sort of a snapshot of how to take something that you're really struggling with and to turn it into an asset for you. Because a lot of what happens, let's face it, is not based on anything real. It's based on our thinking around the subject. I could be terrified of doing a talk, but be actually quite good at it. And I find with most people that's the case. So we have to get people to a place where they have a more accurate view of their ability. And this is a good step in that direction.